Hello everyone, welcome to Hero Siege Season 9. We're at the verge of insanity in the flooded plains on Hell Difficulty 2, and we're about to fight Mevius. This is post-fighting Mevius, and I'd like to show you just a little bit about what we've got set up here for our gear, as well as our attributes, so you can be prepared for the encounter. Mevius does a bit of fire resistance, so this is going to help you. He does a bit of fire damage, so your fire resistance is going to help you. And he also does arcane damage. So arcane as well as fire resistances are what we're looking for right now. And your defense could be whatever you'd like it to be. You can have as many poison lent to reduce, but what's really going to help you here is the arcane resistance and some fire resistance. Primarily, Mevius does arcane damage. We have 250 almost in strength, 249, and 151 in vitality. You can choose to go with whatever you like here. Speed's not really the issue. You could do some phasing. If you have movement speed, it'll help you, but it's not necessary as long as you keep moving and you find those openings in Mevius's walls that he'll send across the map. There's also a few abilities which I'll prepare you for during the encounter, but for now, this is just some of our stats and attributes. For our incantation tree, we picked up on 50% cap on all resistances. And we went with some physical damage because we're a melee class. Nothing here too out of the ordinary. Just some increased physical damage and a little bit of maximum life. For our gear, we have pretty basic gear. We're a bit under geared for the fight as well. We have level 1 relics, level 3, a level 2, as well as a level 6 being our best relic and slot, with another level 1 relic, a poison glove. Our gloves are pretty basic at level 78. We got an S tier. We have level 48 potions, 57, a level 1, and a level 1 potion, Sarcaster's coffee mug. We're using Quick Step, a level 52 item. And we're still pretty under geared for this matchup, with Commander's Sash being a pretty decent belt for us, and a pretty decent heroic ring. We have a helmet here, Curator of Secrets at 91 item level, and Lost Deity's Authority giving us 35 to all resistances. Our charms here, we didn't change them up much. We got some defense versus missiles, but that ain't gonna help us with this encounter. Either does the poison resistance. So for the most part, we could ignore our charms here unless you have something that gives you arcane resistance or fire resistance. This is what's going to help you in this encounter. And plus 5 to all resistances. Now that we've overseen our attributes and our gear, let's begin the encounter with Mevius.
Your fate is decided, but I admire your defiance.
He spawns these disciples in the map once the game begins. Once the encounter starts, these disciples can spawn from either side of the map wherever he summons them from these portals. There's also this wall of tentacles. The wall of tentacles as well as the disciples will intensify. As these walls of tentacles come across the screen, they will always come from right to left. The tentacles always go right to left, and there's usually a gap between the tentacles. You don't want to touch them. They can do fire damage if you get hit by these walls of tentacle, as well as the dimensional portal that Mevius spawns does arcane damage. If you were to get hit by those tentacles from the dimensional portal, those are almost a for sure way of getting yourself knocked out in this encounter. You definitely don't want to get hit by the dimensional portal or stay in the way of the wall of tentacles for too long. The disciples, you may be able to get a hit or two off and still linger in the battle and be able to endure that in the fight with Mevius. But still, you want to avoid those disciples as best that you can. The disciples ain't the biggest threat, but he will spawn them more frequently as the fight progresses. Later on in the fight, once his HP gets to around 40%, Mevius will turn into this eye, this ominous monster that goes to the top side of the map. In order to get to Mevius, you're going to have to attack that eye, that singular eye that's up on top of the map. He changes forms mid-fight, and he still spawns the dimensional portal, as well as the wall of tentacles and the disciples, more frequently than he did before. Mevius's health and his defense stayed the same. The fight is going to require you to move around a bit, and it's going to require you to be nimble and kind of just aware of your surroundings, and you're just going to have to be agile. You don't need to max out your speed for this, but having a phase attack, a phase movement, something that gives you a little bit of movement might help you get past those walls of tentacles and help you even avoid that dimensional portal that he summons.
Summa, 遊びは終わりだ。